I will never miss the next carnival again. Tell them I will never miss the next carnival again. Until the good Lord take me, I'll be jumping up in a party. I'll be on the road with family. I'll be having the time of my life. Until the good Lord take me. Hey, it's carnival, carnival, carnival. It's bacchanal, bacchanal, yeah. This is the life.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 9:21, and it's about that time we have our Talk to Me session this morning. In case you're just joining us, this is Ari. With me is Christal, and we are Activated Mornings this morning. The number to call is 457-9997. Also, the number to WhatsApp, 457-9997, where you can place comments as well as calls. We're also live on YouTube and Facebook at WEFM 99SVG. Now, while we're on break, I saw a comment there on the WhatsApp that I actually would really like to comment on. You mind reading it there?
Which one?
This one.
There are quite a couple of comments that we can.
The last one there, actually.
Eyewitness News often does good reporting, but also adopts the don't blame the messenger approach, the air gap approach from the subject. A question I have often wondered: if he witnesses a sinking ship, is his first responsibility to try and save the people or the camera in his hands?
So as a journalist, the first thing that you are really taught is do not become the story. And it is an ethical debate that is going on internationally in the field of journalism. Should a journalist report or rescue? Report or assist, or both? But ahead of all of that is do not be a part, do not become the story. And not becoming the story is at the forefront. So I guess it all boils down to your personal preference. I, for one, I am not getting involved in certain situations. If it is that I can assist, for instance, someone is escaping and I am the only person there stopping a robber or a rapist or any serious crime, I'm the only person that can assist, I would assist. Mm-hmm. If it is that I see that person with a knife or a gun, I am not getting involved in that situation because, in my personal opinion, that is not worth my life. But to each his own. But mainly, you're often taught, do not become the story. I think we have a call coming there.
Hello, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Christal, and good morning, Ari.
Good morning.
Okay, so you're saying do not become the story?
Yep.
So in other words, don't be the center spread then. Okay, hear this story now, right? Approximately 2 months ago, we had a meeting with the FAO out of Barbados. I wouldn't go into that too much. That meeting took place on the 15th of February, 2024, and it was in agreement to what we had when we saw, which appeared on Eyewitness News on the 26th of January, 2024, when they were giving out processing machinery to cooperatives, and we got left out, in which we wrote an article in the paper asking why we got left out, and we were contacted by the bigger ones, and we had a Zoom meeting. Our problem was redressed. We got redressed. No problem. However, on the 31st of March 2024, at the North Union Secondary School, we saw them putting in irrigation. Now, before I go further, guys, Mr. Soboto Caesar, who is the Minister of Agriculture, I will not blame or attempt to put any blame on him whatsoever. but he know it's Stony Ground that's coming out, right? Now, the North Union Secondary School put in a drip system. And in that drip system had two white people, two white persons who said, well, they said they're plumbers, etc., operating the system with a solar. But what I want to ask Mr. Sabota Caesar is, this morning, who brought that to you? And you see a Zoom meeting, suppose I go and say that Christal say that she gonna beat up Harry. And it come into a big thing. And your Christal lawyer want to know, well, all right, we're gonna sue this guy. Let me get the evidence. Yeah, but he did say so in the Zoom meeting, you know. Yes, he said so in the Zoom meeting. Remember, all parties dealing with Zoom meetings is protect themselves. So I want to know, after 31 days in a Zoom meeting, discussing our grievances and the papers that was stolen from our cooperative here in Stony Ground, here where the movement for national unity started. The papers were removed from here, and then I hearing that people in Jamaica studying for aquaponics and hydroponics. We have a failed aquaponics and hydroponics project here at Stony Ground above the river, where we've been taking care of this place for the last 20 years. I come home and take care of it sometimes too and put my hand to it. So what the situation is here, guys, this is straight. I don't know whether this is a copy or somebody went and tell the minister, well, because I heard the minister on the farmers program 2 months ago at 5:30 in the morning speaking about this same irrigation and said that he meets some white people and they're going to show him how to do certain things. So I don't know where all of that come from. So you're following me, guys?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the question is this fair? Is this copying? We have to say something and you're going to hear about it because we spoke about this in the meeting. So all of these things, I want St. Vincent to know now, and I'm going to, when the time comes, I will come on the radio and ask Mr. Gonsalves to step in. This is going too far with us and our cooperative. We do too much already in this country. And we bring all you in the millions that you have now from off the company up in Georgetown. The next thing they did, is trying to bring the cannabis concert 3 weeks under our cannabis cup, our annual cannabis cup. But one thing, when we're ready to bring in the Boeing 777-300 from KLM, which we're going to charter to come to St. Vincent, we're going to make sure we come to the government of St. Vincent 3 months before and make sure all the names, passports, everything. So you can't block the charter. Or you can't say, well, the charter this and that and that and that and this. You see this party? We are going to take this up. We do say we are happy for the North Union Secondary School of coming up with such a great innovation. But the question is, where the innovation come from? And the thing of it is, guys, as journalists, as Ari is a journalist, I now learned something here. Ari, I forget this. I forget, do not become the story. When I used to come home to St. Vincent, there was a man who I met in New York. His name is Mr. Rose, a journalist from St. Vincent. I tell him, well, I went photography, etc. He saw my camera thing. We met up in New York. We weren't friends then. But he always told me, do not come up, do not become the story. And here it is, you come in and tell me, but do not become this. That's like touch.
Oh.
In all the radio stations around, y'all are educated people.
Okay.
And I have the voice to say that. But you see this piece that gone down here, we don't like it. And we also understand they have people from here in Jamaica that the ministry sent to go and study aquaponics and hydroponics. Let us hope that when you come back now, it's not we think you're going to use in a different way. We're fed up now. It's enough and we have evidence. We can blow it up. If you understand what I'm saying, guys, we don't want to do that kind of dirty journalism. We come out and talk because when you start to talk, people have to go in a corner and hang down their head because it's a boiler. We don't try these people, because they may have the evidence. You don't do that to persons. But I want to say this morning, guys, Sabota is exonerated. Don't blame him for nothing.
All
Them
right.
and the ministers and them don't know what's going on. Much less to the guy in the top there, Dr. Gonzalez. Them ain't gonna know them thing there. It's only when you come out like me and talk that these things will manifest itself and show up. You can't be doing that to people. People are not going to accept. So basically, the lesson here is stop stealing people ideas. We catch you stealing this year and we block you. And this is another thief that gone down here. And there's a third one you got coming, but this one, 32, we're going to stand up and deal with it one time. You cannot be taking people's ideas or what they discuss in a meeting and go and carry it from minister like it's you. It's you that bring this great thing to the minister. Only you. Y'all have to be careful.
Okay.
Because that is mashing up other people's links. And that cannabis concert, I'm going to say, I give it my blessing. We need more like that. But you should never have brought it 3 weeks under our cannabis cup. Because when you go online, you see about cannabis cup, you will get frightened. Is help we getting help? Is the white people see that we in St. Vincent, I'm not going to say how much strains it is. But if Gerald Thompson is such a good doctor, I want you to tell me how much weed strains they have in St. Vincent. I'm going to test you that and Dr. Thompson have until December the 10th to tell me how much strains of weed is in St. Vincent. You will put your hands on your ball, and I'm going to tell you guys something right now.
Okay.
We better than Jamaica. It's just that the guys ain't have certain training and certain things, but we better than Jamaica, and I'm going to say this to all these scientists out here. We have more strains than Jamaica.
Oh, yeah.
But Mr. Rose, Mr. Conley Shivambu Rose is our head of our cooperative. So we can't go out a line and say where it is. You understand me?
Yes,
but
sir.
he is the man that will come and tell you how much it is. Take care, guys, and thanks a lot.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care. Sounds like somebody carrying out some things they're not supposed to be doing there. Quite unfortunate. I hope that you have your matters resolved as soon as possible. All right.
Okay. Well, you see, yeah, I will also reserve my comments under that. There's a story that made rounds internationally on social media that involved a TikTok video that a teacher did, a Houston teacher, that is Houston, Texas, in the United States, called Jack Lee. And so Jack Lee, he posted a TikTok video with a number of female students, and he's a teacher, by the way, a number of female students unbraiding his hair. They meet we have a call coming in. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I was listening to this guy just now. He come up and said that they came up with certain concepts and certain ideas. The world is a vast world. People thinking all the time. Don't think you're the only person who will come up with an idea. You know, sometimes people think that, oh, I'm that great. I'm the only person who come up with this idea. I have a lot of ideas in my head that I don't tell people. For my tourism, when I come home, I have things I want to do when I come home. But I ain't telling nobody. But I've heard people mention it too. I didn't tell nobody, but I heard people mention what they want to do, and it's similar to what I want to do. So don't ever believe that somebody is selling you out or somebody is going out and talk about whatever you talk in a Zoom meeting and things like that. People think. People have knowledge of things just like how you have knowledge. The internet is it's a nice side of a good sword and it's a bad side of another sword. We all have the same knowledge and the same concept of going and research things. So don't think that you're the only person who research something.
Yeah, but what happens in a case where it boils down to, is it mere coincidence that a person or people within that same meeting goes and shares the same idea and then tells people that that is their own when it was not. Is that mere coincidence? And you have enough proof to say, okay, you know.
Yeah, but does he have the proof that the person who was in the Zoom meeting went and tell somebody?
Well, he would know because that's what he's talking about. He's speaking firsthand.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, because you discuss something in a meeting and somebody else come up with something over here, that doesn't mean that the person who was over here went over there and tell the person. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. All right.
So don't put the two of them together because I discussed something over here. I just told you that I have ideas in my head for tourism when I come home. I haven't told a soul, but I hear people discussing the same thing that I'm discussing. So that means there's a universal thinking.
Okay.
A universal mind. People tap into that energy. They get knowledge. I might tap in and get certain knowledge. You tap in, you get certain knowledge, and we somehow synchronize. You know, we but somehow you talk before I talk. You know, so it doesn't mean that somebody is talking about what you discussed.
Coach, I not discounting what you're saying, right? But let me paint a picture for you. You have an idea. Your idea, what you need is funding. You put together a proposal, or let's say you put together a business plan. But for the sake of this conversation, let's say a proposal. You put together a proposal. You take your proposal to certain businesses to try to get it sponsored. Then a few months down the line, you hear the business coming with this idea as their own. Same goes if you have a business proposal, you take it to a bank or a credit union for a loan, and then you hear, okay, we cannot approve you for this loan. We do apologize and whatever it is that they feed you when they're denying you of something. Then a few months down the road, you hear somebody else who you know to be affiliated with someone in that bank or that credit union coming out with the same business idea, fully funded. What do you call that? At that point, it goes beyond everybody having the same ideas.
No, and I'm on your side with that, because now what you did is that you put forward your idea.
So this caller has called him before and said that he has sent proposals. He has sent, and when he sent proposals, he was asked for business plans, and then he would see some shady stuff happening down the road. So they're not the first time that he's calling with this complaint. So I do understand what you're saying. It is possible for people to have the same ideas if
we're going from what he just said this morning, I have not followed him before. So
okay. But going from what he said this morning, he said that he put it forward in a Zoom call and then boom, he saw it coming again.
And my point is, because I didn't follow him before, which I'm sorry that I probably get to this point, I'm just saying that there's times when more than one person have the same concept.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with you.
And that's my point. So the way he said it, it sounded like they came up with this glorious concept of, you know, marijuana and St. Vincent and all that kind of stuff. And it was only them alone had that concept.
No,
and I'm saying
it was cannabis cup and it was something else, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
aquaponics and hydroponics we're talking about too.
Yeah, but I'm saying those knowledges out there, people could tap into them from any angle. It doesn't necessarily mean that because you have it in your head that or you put it on paper, that means you alone have it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying is that.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't disagree with you.
Do not blame people for coming up with a concept because you have it in your head. And that's all I'm saying.
All right.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. But sometimes in these situations, it really is what you think it is. I've had that happen to me. I've had ideas. I share ideas with someone, and then they come and they put forward the idea and they take credit for it. It does happen. Both things, two things could happen at once. It can be that some people are thinking the same way you're thinking, because when it comes to tourism, other people think, oh, Andy Call is calling back. So I guess he wants to clarify. But the time is 9:40. We will do our community dateline at 9:45.
Okay, so you're gonna take the call?
Yeah, so we'll take the call.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Let me answer the caller. That call is Kojo from where is it called? New York.
I believe
overseas, yes. USA.
Yes, ask him if he's the one that Conley Rose sent out of this country to go to university, and he got off the plane before he got where it was and stayed there forever right now. Let me tell you something. If you go online, you will see a book called Marijuana, a Blessing or a Curse. It was written in 2012 by Conley Rose, and Dwight Parsons is the photographer. Dwight Parsons went up in the hills over the years of coming home, spending months home, 2 months home, and going back out, talking to Rastas, taking photographs. And in that book is a pictorial journey of our marijuana product. Where is anybody else's on, Mr. Kojo? And inside that book, you had journalists inside the mountain in St. Vincent photographing the Americans taking the marijuana and taking it on board the ship. And we asking how many years it's going to take them before they make their strain and start selling it back to us. All of the black and white photos I telling you all about, you know. Sometimes you could see the person, the gas that they throw up in the Gulf volcano, up in the Larakai Mountains. Man had to throw the head off and throw off the, and you could see the journalists were running when they were taking the photo. That is photography. So I want Mr. Kojo or whatever, no, right now, offer that book. When we cash in, I could bring in a smashing 2027 Land Rover. When that cash in, because over 300,000 books done sold. So is the name he hear this morning? Why he come and he talking about is not all you alone. Is we alone that bring the largest marijuana company to St. Vincent, and we alone that disciplining them. Because why, Ari and Christal? The white people is only supposed, you're doing your exporting, and you're only supposed to sell your weed to your with that dispensaries you have in St. Vincent. You cannot go on the street and sell no weed. If you go on the street and you sell your weed in St. Vincent, then you're conflicting with the traditional people. So that is how the law go in here. And if you conflict with the traditional people, it's the same way that you will get root out the country, just like the last two. And I want Gerald Thompson to come and say something on radio too. It's 2 times now that white man put their hand on black man, and we deal with it quietly without the top hearing. The top may hear, but we keep it out. We keep it out the media.
Okay.
Put it out the country. Go buy an apartment where you live in Loretta Madeleine. Leave the please.
Right. Before you go,
understand me?
Yes.
So we're policing it. So take care, guys.
No, before you go, that first thing that you said about Kojo, I'm not too certain about where you were going with that. What
happened is Mr. Rose.
What you accused,
Mr. Rose sent. No, I don't know if it's the right person. I was just asking, but Mr. Rose, right?
Oh, you're not sure if it is. You're not sure if what you said.
It's a Kojo that live in, right. I don't know if that is the Kojo in New York that is calling on Star Radio, the biggest supporter. I don't know if it's he. Because Mr. Rose sent people to Cuba to train and sent people to Russia. Over 40-something Vincentians right now, they will hide.
Okay, I guess what Christal wanted to know is what was the purpose of bringing it up? Also, given that we do not know if it is factual.
And the way you said it sounded, it didn't come across as a question. It came across as an accusation.
It came across as a fact.
Right. So I in my heart, I understand and I take that one back because even me is not too sure of if it's the correct person, but I say Kojo. I heard the word could be named Kojo or something. And the way how he attacked, if it's only all you alone, no. I jump back in your chest and say it's only all you who have almost a million books sold. And we selling St. Vincent a long time. That's how the white people coming here. Because they're reading the book and they're taking the book and using up. Look, I call a university in USA in 2018.
I have to ask you to stick up in here. It is 9:45 and we have to go into our community dateline this morning.
We could talk again. Take care.
All right.
Yes. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
All right. No problem.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force continues its community engagement by conducting walkabouts and town hall meetings across St. Vincent and the Grenadines to sensitize the public about the National Firearms Amnesty 2024 provisions and to address issues of gun violence, crime, and citizen safety. The next round of community engagements is as follows. On May 16th, there's a walkabout at Camden Park at 4 p.m., a gun amnesty town hall meeting at Sweet Spot Corner at 6:30 p.m. On May 23rd, there's a walkabout at Sandy Bay, 4 p.m., and gun amnesty town hall meeting at Millers Junction at 6:30 p.m. And on May 30th, 2024, there's a walkabout at Barley at 4 p.m. and gun amnesty town hall meeting at the Square at 6:30 p.m. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force wishes to reiterate to the public that the amnesty is a no questions asked, no prosecution initiative. It allows anyone who has an unlicensed firearm, replica, or imitation firearm, a component part of a firearm or ammunition in his or her person, to surrender them to the police or any of the following agents: Justice of the Peace, barrister, solicitor, parliamentarian, minister of religion, firearms dealers. The National Firearms Amnesty will conclude on May 31st, 2024. Applications are being invited for the postgraduate diploma in secondary education. This program is being offered by the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus through the Division of Teacher Education. The diploma in secondary education is an in-service program for secondary school teachers who hold a first degree but have not been exposed to formal teacher training. By providing exposure to diverse experiences and methodologies, the program aims to equip teachers with the necessary skills and knowledge to excel in the classroom amidst evolving global, regional, and school environments. The deadline for submission of applications is June 30th, 2024. The program begins on July 15th, 2024. Interested persons should visit kfail.ue.edu for more information. That has been WEFM's Community Dateline for today, Monday, May 13th, 2024.
It's everything you'll ever want from everywhere. Real easy. Shop on the net. Use eZone Internet Delivery. Get your online shopping delivered right to your door. A revolution, your evolution. Go shop the world. eZone from everywhere. Real easy. eZone. Fast, easy, affordable. Shop on the net and get it here through the eZone.
eZone St. Vincent, local agent to BMC agencies.
That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost no grip on the road. Safety is a factor that should never be overlooked when it comes to your car or whatever you drive. SVG Tire Sales and Services in Balls Avenue and in Arnisvale carries a wide selection of quality new tires to fit any car, truck, minibus, or SUV, so you can experience a comfortable and safe commute every time. We are agents for the world's most reliable brands on and off the road, including Kenda Tires, the king of the mountain. Cooper Tires, king of the road and track. Ostone, the king of the outback. And High Fly, the king of the Asian highway. We also carry new tires for light or heavy-duty trucks. From MRF, High Fly, and Linglong, a reliable set of new tires keep you, your passengers, and your payload always in the safe lane. So when you need quality tires with reliability at 100%, choose SVG Tire Sales and Services in Kingstown, 457-1467, or in Arnisvale, 456-6444. SVG Tire Sales and Services. Performance and reliability proven when the rubber meets the road.
Carnival is in the
Friday, May 17th.
Upper Bay Street comes alive
With runs and rhythm as we unleash the vibrancy and magic of Vincy Mass 2024. Along with the ICC World Cup Trophy Tour. Dive into the hottest carnival in the Caribbean, where the infectious sounds of calypso and soca music fills the air.
The sweet sounds of steel pans spread across the streets, accompanied by the energy of Mardi Gras.
Come and experience the thrill,
the nostalgia,
and the unforgettable moments of the ICC World Cup Trophy Tour.
You're invited to unleash the spirit and dance into the heart of the celebration
as we launch Vincy Mass 2024
on Friday, May 17th at Upper Bay Street. Get ready to unleash the runs and the rhythm,
the vibe, the energy, and the pace.
Carnival again, say we love play. Martin with him, say we love play.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is 9:51. It's about that time where we wrap up Activated Mornings for today, May 13th, 2024. Tomorrow it will be myself and Roliza. I'm sorry, and if you're just joining us, this is Ari, and with me is Christal.
I didn't realize the stream was still on.
You didn't realize what?
You still not on the thing? I think we finished and wrap up. But thank you for your calls and WhatsApp messages and so on. But that last escalation there, I gathered that Kojo was being very general with his comment. Okay, you can have an idea, but you know that XYZ could also happen. I didn't see it as a personal attack or anything, but you know, how people interpret things.
Interpretation is
exactly not responsible for how you interpret something. So yeah, that's that. I would have liked to go into that teacher issue, but that's for another day. There were some other comments coming in on the WhatsApp. I want to say Anne is wishing us a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne.
Somebody says somebody looking for trouble politically. Not sure there. Let me see what Joshua is saying. Steve, okay, yeah, and then he called in shortly after. Somebody was clarifying something with the police station. Okay, an alarmist. Somebody was saying.
That's it?
No, somebody saying somebody tried to break into a house last week. House also a week and some ago, and this is from somebody in Barley. No, I hope they didn't delete it because I feel like they deleted it.
You know what I think is a problem that persons have addressed before, and I don't see a change. Police stations closing.
Police stations are not supposed to close. Pretty sure that's what they said. They don't close. It's a 24/7 thing.
It's supposed to be, but they do close their doors.
Which ones?
I could tell you driving from Kingston is always open. Do they even have doors there? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Kingston is always open. Kittles closes. Leyu closes. Penniston, I would say that closes. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what other police stations I've seen closed. Being on the
I never say Calico police station closed yet.
I can't say that I've seen that close. But
they can't close.
I feel like Calico has a lot of traffic.
Yeah, too much traffic for it to close.
I feel like a lot of things happening at Calico police station. They can't close if they wanted to, but
Wait, what are you trying to say?
I said it. But as it relates to Baga,
Oh, so please.
related to that topic, though, I did want to say before leaving, although I agree that other persons can have the same ideas, I do think it's dangerous to discount people's creative property. There are people that create so many ideas, and then the persons who put it out first, are the ones who get the credit. In history, we see it happen over and over and over and over and over and over again. I do not know what is the truth in this situation because we only hear it from one side of this. We only have one side of the story, so we don't know what is in the entire situation. We'll have to look into it. But if it is what the caller is saying is true, it is disheartening. But this is Ari signing out. I'll be back tomorrow. Christal will be back on Wednesday.
Humpty. I'll be back in a couple minutes, actually. So have yourself a wonderful day. Somebody said, just to remind y'all, when Strong Ram did raise, nobody complained. Everybody complained about everything else now.